Well, what's pretty funny is when we built Dell Diamond, we were like, hey, we want to make this a baseball purist facility kind of between the white lines. But we also knew that the city of Round Rock at the time lacked a lot of facilities, and we were a multi-use facility.
You know, that was something that we agreed to with the city when we built the stadium and funded it with a mechanism that we used to fund the stadium, was that we would really build a baseball stadium, but also in a facility that would welcome special events from all over. And so, you know, for us to be able to host rugby, soccer, bull riding, monster trucks, to filming a television season here, I think we really have fulfilled the vision that we had along with the city of Round Rock when we built this facility. And that was the goal, and I'm really thankful that we were able to achieve that goal and attract so many quality events to the city of Round Rock.
For us, with only a 70-game minor league baseball schedule, that's 295 days a year that you've got this incredible facility, this gift to the community that for all intents and purposes could just be sitting there. And so it's incumbent upon all of us to try to fill up that asset as many times as we can throughout the year, making sure that we keep a level of quality for all of our events.
Well, I think our attitude about that is that we have a city facility here, and that we should try to keep it as occupied as possible and have as many events that we can possibly have, where maybe people aren't baseball fans, but they come to Dell Diamond for other events, and I think that's really important to the community.
Utilizing the ballpark as much as we can, you know, that's kind of one of our goals. And like I say, whether it's concerts or bull riding or monster trucks or rugby or soccer, it also brings people that normally wouldn't, maybe they're not baseball fans, they don't want to come to the ballpark, but they'll come out there to see a concert, or they'll come out to see rugby or wrestling or some other kind of event. It's nice to be able to get people in the ballpark that might not normally go out there for a baseball game.
You know, it's not just a baseball stadium. It's really an entertainment venue.
We've always looked at it as, if it doesn't interfere with the game of baseball and kind of our dedicated home games, if it works and it doesn't keep everybody up all night and it's not causing a ton of traffic, we'll do it. And that's why some of the car shows haven't come back. But we've also done some really cool things that people have said, God, I'd love to see you do that again. And so it's fun. It's fun. You love being a part of something that makes people happy and puts a smile on their face. You know, I love the state tournament. I love the state baseball tournament because kids play their whole lives wanting to play for a state championship. And every year we get to see several classifications, you know, of UIL claim that state championship. And over those years, there have been some great players, major leaguers that have got to play there, but there have also been some small towns that everybody in the town was there, and you hear people say, Road to Round Rock, Road to Round Rock. And that's really cool. It's neat to see that we've become part of the fabric of high school baseball in the state.
You know, our relationship with the UIL in the state of Texas, hosting the UIL State High School Baseball Championship, that's a no-brainer, and what a gift to be able to bring in kids and parents from all over the state of Texas, showcase the city of Round Rock in this venue, you know, for 1 week out of the year. You know, so baseball is kind of an easy one, but then, you know, in that same mantra, utilizing it as a sports venue makes it easily, you know, kind of plug and play for soccer or rugby, women's professional softball. You know, there's been a lot of different events that we've been able to do out here from a sports standpoint, not just baseball.
We've done everything you could ever do in a stadium and in a footprint of a ballpark. We've had, you know, car shows, we've had concerts, we've had soccer, we've had rugby, you know, we've filmed Fear of the Walking Dead. I mean, there have been all kinds of movies filmed out there with kind of the Austin movie scene.
We actually rented the venue out to the movie The Rookie with Dennis Quaid. And so those were all still kind of, we kind of baby stepped our way into it. It was a slow transition. We wanted to walk before we ran on any of those things. And again, one of the things that we've always tried to do is, if we were going to do something, let's do it right. And so let's try and do 2 or 3 good events a year as opposed to 20 or 30 events just to do events. And so I think that served us well over the years. And it's been fun. You know, some events we probably won't ever do again, but at least you had to try them.
Personally, I'm a wrestling fan, so we had one wrestling event there, maybe two, and that was neat. May have been only neat for me, but it was neat.
We've been able to have some success with a lot of concerts over the years at Dell Diamond as well. You know, it's not specifically built as a concert venue, so it's a little bit tougher to put on events, and so we don't have a lot. But when there's one that comes our way or one that we think that the community would enjoy, you know, we go out and try to get those as well. So, you know, it's been really neat to be able to bring Dell Diamond to everyone in Round Rock in Central Texas, not just baseball fans. You know, I think kind of our big kind of coming out party in terms of a huge concert was when the Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp concert was rolling through ballparks around the country. That was kind of our first coming out party where people recognized us as, oh, Dell Diamond concert venue, okay. And I think that show was around 8 or 9 or 10,000 people. And then probably, you know, our biggest single act standalone concert was Zac Brown. That, I'll always remember that just from the production that his group brought in, and just an amazing experience that was.
One of the early concerts we had, it's one of the best shows and it's happened a long time, is Spirit Fest.
Spirit Fest is an all-day Christian music festival that over the course of a day, now granted it's a 10-hour day, you know, we'll get 12, 13, 14,000 people. So that's been a neat event to have out here.
Walking Dead, as you know, we totally demolished the field. And when I say totally demolished it, we totally demolished it. Blew up the dugout and everything else. I think one of the truly intriguing things, and if you could see it, is the only way you can even visualize, but how torn up the field was, and then literally days later, it was back in perfect shape. And once again, a credit to our grounds crew, a credit to the people, but that was probably the most interesting thing that we've done in the 20 years there.
My favorite non-baseball event was probably when we got to host the Zac Brown Band early on in their career. I was a big Zac Brown fan, and for the fact that we were able to book them and they were able to have the success that they had from when we booked them to where they were the day they showed up, and to see the stadium sold out with that spectacular stage they had and watch those guys put on the show they did. That's one of my favorite events. Of course, Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, John Cougar, that concert we held was awesome. And then I must admit that seeing monster trucks and bull riding at the Dell Diamond, I never dreamed that we'd get to see something like that. So that that was pretty rewarding as well.
I would say probably the two most memorable events were when we had the Bucking and Trucking event, which was a combination bull riding and monster truck event. We sold out essentially for the 2-day event. Literally had to send people away as they were pulling into the parking lot. That was really fun, just in its uniqueness, just seeing bull riding and monster trucks going on at the same time on the field. And then I think, you know, one of the neater ones, and really obviously unique, was when we rented the ballpark out to Fear the Walking Dead, something we had never done before, and to our knowledge, no other minor league team. Literally, we rented our facility out the entire off season for 5 or 6 months, and where Dell Diamond basically became a post-apocalyptic, you know, community for 5 months.
During the apocalypse, this is not a bad place to be.
And so, but I'm really proud of, you know, what we've been able to do, what our group has been able to pull off, and that's just because it's a great venue and we've got a great staff and a great partnership with the city.